Where are all the men at? What happened to our man? Please understand, due to social media, a lot of you have shown your true colors. Due to social media, a lot of naive, delusional men have seen a side of women that they didn't know existed. A lot of you like to say men ain't shit, but in reality, the internet has shown a side of women that a lot of men have never experienced and or seen before because they don't come into contact with women a lot. 100% this. I'm not shocked because I know a lot of these things about women. But back in the day, when I would tell people, a lot of times they wouldn't believe me. But you see, as a female, I've been in the trenches with women. And I have been for roughly 60 years. But it wasn't until social media came along that you guys get to see it now too. You see, now I have proof. Whereas before, when I would talk, it was just hearsay. The women on social media are proving it for me. I don't have to do anything anymore other than point it out. And very often I'm pointing out something that you guys have already seen. I don't have to be a whistleblower anymore. All I have to do is point. Look here, look there, go to the comments, take a look. But I will say this, what we're seeing online is just the tip of the iceberg. It goes even deeper than that. But truthfully, I'm grateful that a lot of you guys are beginning to see, because the landscape out here, the odds are stacked against you. And you're also beginning to see the bigger picture of how women think. The contradictions are startling. And the longer we have social media, the more emboldened these women become. They're flexing their ideals now. I see it. You see it. We're all seeing it.
But now they expect men to act like we don't see it and just follow them around like a blind puppy, as if like we don't know what's going on. What's going on, YouTube? Is your boy Rome back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, hope you subscribe. So I came across some very interesting content on TikTok. This content creator, I think below goes by a dose of pink. I don't know if this is pink pill content per se, but I found it very interesting. The topic was about how to avoid red pill men. So I figured, interesting. So we're gonna dive in and see what they're talking about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Okay, guys, so welcome back to How to Avoid Red Pill Men. I saw you guys' comments, and I know I left a lot of words off the list because I was just thinking of the words right off the top of my head. So I added those to the list, and we're going to go over it before we jump into step 2. So it's high value, traditional, cooperative, beta, cuck, Western women. Bop is a new one, but it is definitely red pill. 304, fit and friendly. Pookie and Ray Ray. Pookie and Ray Ray is more so used by a specific demographic of men, but nonetheless, they're still red pills, so they still gotta go. Okay, y'all, so part 1 is to weed out the men who are actually dumb enough to use those words, but the majority of men who consume red pill content are smart enough not to use them. So this is why we have part 2, right? Step 2 is knowing their tactics. Their goal is to create emotional turmoil in order to get you in a vulnerable place so they can get what they want. And how they're going to do that is by doing all of this. And these are the things that they said. They're going to try to get you to fall in love and feel attached, push and pull, hot and cold, never compliment you, try to get you to chase and view them as a prize, break you down, make you submit, punish you, pretend not to be into you, stress you out and give you anxiety, acting nonchalant, presenting themselves as the dream guy, stringing you along for as long as possible, sending you mixed signals, trying to train you, and putting in as little effort as possible. So one thing I need you ladies to know is all of their tactics, every single one of these falls under emotional manipulation, okay? All of their tactics revolve around emotional manipulation. But today we're going to focus on number one, which is trying to get you to fall in love and get attached. This is how they're going to try to get you to fall in love and get you emotionally attached. They're going to do all of these things. They're going to smooth talk you, sweet talk you. And this is actually important because whenever we think about red pill men, right? We think about these angry, aggressive, women hating men, in which they are, but they know that in real life that doesn't translate well. So their initial approach is not going to be aggressive. So you have to remember that. They're going to use charm and charisma. And actually, I took this out of the video. I actually quoted it. He says, take them out, have a great time. You're laughing, loving, kissing on her. Then you disappear for 3 days. Y'all, this is the give you an experience and push and pull hot and cold. This is it right here. This is their game. It is right here, right in front of your face. Then the next one is sending mixed signals, okay? Y'all, this is from the same video. One day you're feeding them scraps. You know I can't live without you, baby. You have to show them love sometimes. Then you look at them like you don't give a fuck that they're dead or alive. You have to feed the bitches scraps from time to time. Throw them a bone. Baby, you know daddy's been thinking about you. Then I don't answer my phone for the next day. So yeah, y'all, that was the say one thing and do the other. That was quoted. This was quoted verbatim from the video. So this is it. This is their game laid out right in front of your face. The next thing he goes on to say is cut things off whenever she misbehaves. So basically that the woman will think that the man has a bunch of options and she can be replaced at the drop of a hat. So it's so many things to go into. It's just so many things to talk about. But let me tell you guys what the takeaway is. So the takeaway for step 2, part 1 is never tell a guy what you're looking for. Don't give these men a cheat sheet on how to get what they want, okay? Always keep your emotions at bay. I hate that I even have to say that, but you can't be emotional with men who are plotting on you being emotional, if that makes sense, right? Never go by their words, always go by their behavior. Always, always, always go by their behavior, and their behavior must always be consistent, y'all. This is the biggest one of the video. This is the biggest one. When you only go by their behavior and how consistent they are, their whole game is foiled, especially for part 1 right here. Their whole thing is foiled because if he switches up even once, you got to get rid of him, okay? You just got to get rid of him. And if he breaks up with you or cuts things off, never go back. See, this is a thing I forgot to add in the video. They have this thing that they're doing where this is also one of their little tactics where they break up with you because they want you to come crawling back. They break up with you out of nowhere and they want you to come crawling back basically so they can take advantage of you, manipulate you, just do all these type of things. And y'all, it's just so many things we're going to talk about, so many things I'm going to break down. So y'all just stay tuned.
I will agree with her on one point. Red pill men would be smart enough not to use those terms, but at the same time, red pill men will be bold enough and confident enough to say those things and not care how you feel about it. I think that's one of the things that women tend to overlook about red pill content and men that consume red pill content. The part of the content is about having an abundance mindset. So when you over here saying that a man, they will dump a man and punish them and things of that nature, these are like terms that are being used, kind of like those words that you listed, as a way of telling a man to have boundaries so that the woman understands that any of those boundaries that get crossed, that man is going to stand on his word and leave you. And no, he's not doing that so you will crawl back to him. He's doing that to show you that he has a backbone. See, that's the problem with women like you who over here want to think so negatively of this kind of content, because y'all think it's misogynistic and y'all think these men hate y'all. No, these men are becoming aware of y'all. That's why I played the first clip prior to this. What women need to understand is that a lot of men really didn't understand female nature until this kind of content came out. And the reality is that they're learning a side of y'all that y'all really didn't want them to know, because what is done is put a mirror to y'all face, and it's kind of like, oh shit, you know what? We ain't shit either. As much as we say men ain't shit. That's basically what it comes down to, because for the longest, y'all have been pedestalized, and what this kind of content has done has kind of leveled the playing field, and women don't like that. But hey, I could be wrong. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's continue.
I was gonna say, I mean, the point that the men are trying to get to, I think, is that women want like a more alpha dominant.
This would be one of the traits. Yeah, this could be a popular trait. Yeah. I think the way she's saying that though is that like not being able to manipulate someone would be one of those alpha traits. But another way you could say it would be to have boundaries.
As long as there's still this element of you saying that I have boundaries and I cannot be manipulated, you should still be able to learn from your partner or learn from other people.
Yeah.
And when men hear the word alpha, they think that they heard something and made sense to them. They stick with it. No one can tell them anything otherwise. They're not open to learning from it. They're not open to another perspective or way of seeing things that might challenge that or change that narrative. And the thing that everybody's stuck on these days is everybody wants to be called the alphas.
High value.
And they all want to be high value. They all think that they are it. And they think that by repeating this rhetoric that everyone else in clips are saying, that they're all of a sudden becoming those men. But internally, they don't learn. They're stubborn. They think of things one-sided. There's no gray area to anything. They lack the softness to be able to be empathetic to other people.
See, here's why I think it's more emphasized right now, because too many guys have been like that for too long. Meaning like everybody has decided that they're going to align themselves with their feminine. They're going to be in their quote unquote feminine energy, whatever the fuck that means. They want to seem like they're more feminine identifying, and have been doing that really for the last really since the baby boomer generation, to get in touch with. We've been told this for so long, man down, and suddenly now everyone wants to man up all of a sudden, right? Well, for 4 generations, we've told guys to man down, get in touch with your emotions, express yourself more, get in touch with your female side, do some.
So what, they took it too far?
Well, I think one of the.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Rolo. Yes. Yeah! Y'all took it too far. It's been overcorrected. Why do you think so many of y'all are complaining about men not being masculine anymore? Why y'all think y'all complaining about so many men wanting to be taken care of and getting princess treatment? When we all know that's a bunch of bullshit. I'm like, really, all men are really asking for is reciprocation, and it's really sad to see that women can't seem to comprehend that. Some women anyway, but in my opinion, most women. But anyway, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Like, that's exactly what's going on. And this is one of the reasons why you shouldn't have an issue with RP content so much as a woman. Trying to tell men to understand how to understand women and not be upset with them at the same time, and accept them for their nature, because this is how they operate and this is how they mate select. So in order for you to get the end result that you want as a man, you need to be doing this and this and this for yourself. You need to be becoming the best version of yourself. This is the reason why when we make the self-improvement videos, you don't see women over here disliking those videos. You don't see women in the comments complaining about those videos. More than likely, y'all probably don't watch them. So quit coming at this content like it's so negative. I'm like, especially when y'all been bashing for men for the last 4 or so decades, like Rolo mentioned, about us trying to be more like y'all. Because if y'all paid attention to what that woman said before Rolo started talking, basically all she was saying was basically what he was referring to. She wants men to think more like women. That's how a lot of these women think nowadays. And that's the problem. Y'all complaining about men being more like women, but y'all want men to think like y'all when it's convenient for y'all. Remember, fellas, I always talk about that convenience for a reason. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm. and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the Travel Vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.